Porsche Taycan owners are livid, and rightly so. After all, few things can rankle a customer quite as much as shelling out upwards of 150 grand for what they presumably thought was the most advanced electric vehicle available, only to see Porsche whack its price by as much as $22,500 in the United States and an astonishing $50,000 in China. These drastic cuts don't hit only new buyers, but also tanked the resale value of vehicles owners bought just a few months ago. It is not just about the financial loss. The car's worth all of a sudden seems to have vanished into thin air, and that becomes the cause for a wave of outrage among the most loyal customers of the brand. So, what's really going on? Let's break down this situation and understand why Porsche pulled this move and what exactly it means for Taycan owners and the greater EV market. The reason for all this anger is pretty simple. When it's supposed to be some sort of luxury status symbol, massive price cuts on a car don't sit particularly well with those who just spent a fortune on it. When you buy into a high-end brand, you're normally buying into quality, performance, and most importantly, value retention. The Taycan was positioned as a high-end EV, but these wild price swings have really undermined more confident expectations from those who assumed they were investing in something smart. A price cut of $22,500 in the US and upwards of 50 grand in China is quite serious business on Porsche's part, to be clear. But for current owners, it feels like a big fat slap in the face. Many of them suddenly find themselves with a car that is depreciated faster than they could have ever imagined. The value of their luxury EV has crumbled, and for some, the financial hit is nothing less than huge. This is not the first time such outrage has been witnessed in the name of price cuts in the EV market. Tesla, too, received its fair share of backlash when it cut the prices of its vehicles sometime earlier this year. To countless Tesla owners, it was as if the resale value of their cars had been blown to smithereens overnight, and that caused outrage on a grand scale. Being a brand with an even better reputation for luxury, Porsche is faced with the same wave of anger, just on a bigger scale. Yeah, Tesla price cuts dent residual value, but the Porsche Taycan resides in a rarefied atmosphere. As good as being an EV, but a high-performance vehicle from a brand that has always promised a high level of exclusivity. For many buyers, this fall in residual value cuts even deeper. People expect a brand like Porsche to hold its value way better than mainstream EV makers do, and the timing couldn't be worse. Just as Tesla seemed to weather the storm of negative reactions, Porsche now faced its own crisis of confidence. Owners were asking themselves, if a Porsche could shed value this fast, what's to stop other luxury manufacturers from doing the same? What really upsets Taycan owners is that it's not all about the immediate financial loss, but more about the long-lasting effect it's going to have on their car's resale value. Spending six figures on a luxury EV, you'd like to think it would hold its value, or at least depreciate more slowly than some kind of mass-market vehicle. But with such dramatic price cuts, lots of Taycan owners feel robbed of such expectations. Resale value means a lot in the realm of luxury cars. Owners tend to justify the high price tags because they assume their vehicle will retain a large portion of the value as time goes on. Historically, Porsche has been one of the brands that holds up well in the resale market, but this move could change that perception. For Taycan owners, it's a wake-up call that even luxury EVs are not shielded from many of the same market forces at work on the more affordable variants. That makes the depreciation curve for EVs far more vertical than many owners had counted on. In a few short years, the technology inside a luxury electric car can feel outdated, and that's before price slashes like these even come into play. But why is Porsche cutting the prices? The unloaded explanation would be because they want to discard the 2024 Taycan inventory to make room for the new ones coming up. But the real reason might run far deeper. Reports say demand for Porsche's EVs has been slowing. Particularly in China, Chinese dealers are said to be battling sluggish sales and cutting prices as Porsche's way of trying to stimulate interest and move units. Competition for the EV market in the US is ferocious, so Porsche probably had little option other than to move their prices downwards or risk falling further and further behind. Now, with a new raft of more affordable variants available that plug along or even outperform electric Porsches, it's clearly had to act quickly. and in their haste to do so, they've clearly annoyed a fairly significant chunk of their current customer base. Besides the price reductions, there are also some criticisms against the current performance of the Taycan. It's unequivocally quick and capable, but it doesn't stack up that great when it comes to acceleration against cheaper models. For example, the base Taycan does the 0 to 60 miles per hour sprint in an unremarkable 4.5 seconds and costs more than 150 grand. That has left some buyers questioning whether the Taycan is worth the price tag, given the much more affordable electric cars offering faster acceleration on the road. The Taycan chief among those attractions is the instant torque and rapid acceleration of electric vehicles. For many owners, that's a big part of the draw, not just a car that's efficient, but also one that's genuinely enthralling to drive. And it's there that it seems, according to critics, the Porsche Taycan is really missing the mark, mostly in its base model. The base Taycan's 4.5 second time to get from 0 to 60 may sound quick, but in a world where budget EVs can hit 60 in under 4 seconds, it's not all that impressive. For a car positioned as a supposed luxury performance dynamo, that's a little disappointing for some buyers. Even the Turbo S variant, which does much better at 2.4 seconds for 0 to 60, is being stacked up against more affordable alternatives, like the Zeekr 001 FR, a Chinese EV thrusting 1,300 horsepower, carbon ceramic brakes, and even quicker acceleration. For some, the Porsche badge and all the heritage that comes with it will be enough to justify the premium price asked. But to a great many others, in an EV market that's changing by the week, it seems the Taycan's performance-to-price ratio is starting to look a little suspect. The Porsche Taycan price slashes are not an isolated incident. They are a reflection of the dynamic changes befalling the electric vehicle market. As technology races ahead at breakneck speed, even luxury brands such as Porsche have no choice but to move with the times, sometimes in ways that leave the already existing customers out in the cold. The message to prospective purchasers is this: in the world of EVs, no car, be it high or low end, is immune from technological evolution and market competition. Price cuts on even the most luxurious vehicles are very much a reality that buyers should be prepared for. Resale value for today's luxury electric vehicles may fall as rapidly as those of mass-market models, as new models reach every evolving expectation about electric performance. To the owners, it's a sad reality when their car values plummet. But as the electric vehicle market continues to mature, it's perhaps the new normal. If you're considering the purchase of a luxury EV, you have to consider the pace at which the market is moving, and whether the brand itself is enough to justify the actual price. So, what do you think? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe.